Hello, Bear.
How are we doing?
Uh, I'm stressed the fuck out, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, that's Kickstarter for you. That is development life. Um,
Yeah, man.
we're all there. Yeah, the universe is always ticking. But I mean, that's half the fun. So yeah, everybody gets the excitement of, thanks to scheduling conflicts and all sorts of other chaos. This is as much as a meeting between Fletch and I as it is a regular life, because we've got like no spare time. Which is because, as I'm sure Fletch is happy to announce, we will be into actually launching on Kickstarter, which is really exciting.
Yeah. My initial plan was to launch it coming up next Tuesday. Not quite so sure I'm going to do that now. I might wait a day or two, or even go to the following week. And
Yeah.
mainly because I just want to have everything perfect. I don't think there's a huge amount of value, in spite of some of the things I read that tell you want to announce your Kickstarter 6 weeks in advance. I kind of think that that's bullshit for me. I don't think that really anybody marks on their calendar when my Kickstarter is starting, right? They're just going to see the notices.
I mean, there might be some. I'm not an expert in this stuff, but I mean, my instinct is in, particularly when I think if you've got a big marketing engine and you can do something with those 6 weeks, I totally understand the logic. But yeah. Let's be honest, and for those who haven't noticed, we don't have a big marketing engine. We don't have a marketing manager. And for those who haven't noticed by now, between us, Fletch and I both suffer really badly from perfectionism, which means we do actually spend a lot of time keeping each other in check with not delaying this for too long, right, by just wanting to fiddle with literally every last thing. But if we can launch with a bit of a buzz over the weekend and then get the various collaborators to throw up some social media posts, and some people can nip on Discords and various other bits. And hey, anybody watching this who watches it back, if you are a Redditor or a Discord kind of user, please do feel free to fling it out and share what we're doing. And if you know who we are and you've got our handles, or you can find them from like my link tree or whatever, please feel free to tag me. I will do my very best to get around to responding. And I'm a little bit buzzed at the minute because I got my B12 injection earlier on this week, so I'm still getting used to having energy back in my body, which is like the weirdest feeling in the world, because I go from barely being able to wake up to feeling utterly wired.
Well, you have a stream of consciousness that has to get out. That's
so
the way
I decided that the solution was to drink coffee.
Oh, brilliant, man.
There comes the point whereby you just have to grab your pair and jump. And at some point it inevitably gets there. And hey, look, I mean, hey, we're open and honest about all this stuff anyway. Seriously, the last drafts and stuff and the final proofs that I'm going over, I'm really happy. I think this is looking fantastic. I'm deeply pleased. I'm very, very proud of for those who aren't following along. If you're interested, you can find out whether you want to back Kickstarter or not by picking up something called Deadly Duet, which is a free adventure. It is literally free. We're not going to take your email. We're not going to spam you or doing anything weird like that. But what we do want to do is say, if you want to know the quality of product that you're going to get, but we want it to be free to you guys, because we believe in the product, and we believe that you'll believe in the product when you see the quality of product that we produce. And if there's one thing that I will have my way on through this project, is that we will not produce, and I cast no shade on anyone, but there are people out there who throw out some very, very lackluster Kickstarter projects, and you can't see it. And that is worrying to me. So I think the big thing is we want this to be quality, and we want you to download the free adventure and go, I love the quality, I love the feel, the theme of this. I'll throw whatever it costs to back Kickstarter.
That's really part of our marketing strategy. We're giving away something for free. And let's talk a little bit about levels of what we have going. Now, I'm keeping it simple. Like, we know I don't want complicated stuff. I don't want to have plastic badges and little dice rollers and patches. We don't need any of those as stretch goals. What we want to provide is adventures and tie-ins that you can use as a DM, and every one of our stretch goals is going to be based on that. Now, that leaves our support levels very minimal. We have print, PDF, and a couple of VTTs, and you can get the whole combination. So there's quite literally 4 levels to back us at. Now, here's the question I got for you. I do not have just a single VTT level. You know, the PDF is given to everybody when they get print or a VTT at this point. So you get the quality PDF. The reason that's of value, I think, even if you're playing it on a VTT, is that the images are all going to be, you're going to be able to pull the images and use those to show your players digitally or in person, you know, all the artwork and maps that we're going to have.
Yeah.
So the PDF is valuable for that reason, but some people still might not want it. So should I have a level where it's just VTT, reduce the price to get in at VTT, a little bit less than VTT and PDF, or should I not complicate it any further? I don't know what people think. You know, where do you stand on it?
For me, I would always err on the side of inclusivity, and I know there are some people, and I know lots of them, who like to run pure VTT, and I think if it's mechanically possible, there is no harm for us to have a level that says, look, all I want is this on Roll20 or on whatever VTT you want that isn't, by the way, Foundry. And we're unapologetic about the Foundry thing. We are looking into it. We are working on it. I personally am an avid user for many, many years now of Foundry. I love it. It's fantastic. However, the fantasticness of Foundry and all of the really cool bells and whistles that it can do make it not cheap to get someone to actually transpose your adventure into Foundry. It is not as easy as certainly Roll20 is, and we've looked at it, but it is right now, like in future, if we can get big support, maybe it's a thing, but right now it's just not cost effective for us to look at doing. And I just wanted to be honest about that. I just wanted to say, if you're a Foundry user, please grab the PDF. If you have access to PDF importer on Foundry and you can find a way to make it work, hey, fine, cool, go for it. If you know something about that and want to get in touch with us, please come to me and we can have a conversation and we can talk about what your costs are and what your interests are, and we can figure out whether it's something we can do or not. Foundry is something we would love to do, we just can't yet, but we will have really good quality Fantasy Grounds and Roll20.
I've been going back a little bit towards, you know, playing from a PDF and using a VTT just for map sharing, but keeping a lot of the rolls on anybody's side of the screen. And I feel like a hyperlinked PDF is fantastic. Not only does it link to important things within the document itself, but it's external links that go to SRD rule sets. And
100%. I mean, like, both the games that I currently run, I have PDFs open on my iPad while my other screens are used for the actual VTT. And I think
you've had a chance to review where I'm at on Kickstarter itself. You see the artwork and you see what I'm putting there. Keeping it simple. I'm keeping it with that old school black and white kind of theme. I like that. We're accentuating that. The stark contrast is the map work from George, a reclusive cartographer. That's your color. You get all these color splashes of brilliant maps, but the artwork is generally going to be kept towards black and white kind of line art, inking art, and that's I just kind of love that atmosphere. So.
One of the reasons that, for those who sometimes look at this and wonder why the contradiction, if we feel like we enjoy the old school style and map design, why are there color maps? What's it in there for? The answer to this is I don't want to be running on VTT with VTT tokens on a black and white map.
Yeah, I agree.
Our solution to this is that we will, wherever possible, we will try and give you black and white art and the feel and the theme, because we think that can get across and spark your imagination. But at the same time, we will try and provide color maps and tokens. And people like George and Jan, who should not be forgotten in this, Jan Lees from Online Tabletop, whose tokens that we use. These are incredibly talented artists who we are very privileged to be able to have included in our work.
Really, that's part of the art, right? You know, that's exactly it. Like if you're getting a VTT, you're also getting token sets that are, you know, unique and fantastic artwork. And for the Ford Studios, I just love Masiek's work. I always have. His scenery is fantastic. We got to find a way to blend all these kind of different parts into themed layout, which is what we're doing. And Deadly Duet is an example of that. So if people want to see what is to come, that is a download you should get. Just look things over. You'll see who
Yeah.
we're working with. You'll see what we can offer. And hopefully that will encourage you to back us and give us some support. We're coming to the wire, bro. And, I'm telling you, I'm stressed out. I've had more than a few pints most nights of the week here.
This is the thing. This is the juice for me. This is the time that gets me jazzed about working on projects like this.
Yeah.
Is if I'm not stressed about it, then I don't care enough.
That is true, but it still is something that you just got to be on edge because you want it to be the best it can be.
But actually, a big part of it is we care about the people who are using our product, and I don't want someone to open their product and be disappointed.
Absolutely,
because that just makes me that gives me bad feels.
Yeah. How many times?
Between us, we have credentials, we have history, we have capability, and we have an incredibly talented team of people working for us, which means that I will always say, we do not have the right to say, I was one guy in a basement, so hey, I missed some stuff. And if you are a big producer, or even a decently sized, well-organized small producer, you don't have the excuse to be able to say, hey, shit happens. It really just shouldn't. I am not in any way, for those of you watching, please do not come back to me with the shed list of tiny things.
It's gonna happen.
Anybody who publishes any book ever, it is gonna happen. If you send them to us, we will fix them. The PDF will get updated on DriveThruRPG because, hey, we do actually want to fix these things. But don't take this as this is going to come out perfect, because everything ever does. But I honestly think you will feel the difference when you open the product. You will feel that there has been care and attention to layout and design and positioning and text flow and that feel of uniform voice, and that is important.
We're fulfilling everything through DriveThru. They're going to Lightning Source is a worldwide printer. Fantastic resource to have, number one. And number two, it's really a seamless kind of process for customers. When you get your product from DriveThru, now you always have that in a library. You can always go back there. Any updates that we make, any future art that we add, anything we add is going to update that PDF. You're going to get a notification, and it's going to tell you there's an update for it. It's a really very good resource, gives you so many options on how you can print. If you want just mono with a soft cover, that's what you print. You want premium color with a hard cover, it's all yours. You can do it any way you want. So it gives a lot of control to the customer. And
to be clear, the way that we are offering your print-on-demand options, I want to be really clear with all of you guys, we are not making money. We are not double dipping. We are not making on your print on demand. Your print on demand is at cost POD. That means that if you buy our product, you like our product, and you're like, I want a physical book, and you go to DriveThru and you pay whatever they charge to print your copy, you're paying their cost. We don't see a penny of that, nor do we want to.
And our costs that come into print is every one of the images from RBG screen resolution product that you get it with a PDF has to be converted to CMYK, and then everything has to be also changed to monochrome too. All those color images, you can't just unsaturate them. You got to change the dynamic of them, or else you got a shitty print. But actually, there's a dude in Serbia that I've been working with. He's really very talented, but he's going to do all the dozens and dozens of images and maps that we're going to have, and he's going to convert them all. And that's a chunk of change to pay somebody to do that. So we're giving you the print file, and it's going to be living on DriveThruRPG. You do what you want with it. You back us at that level, and you'll have access to that file.
I mean, the honest truth is that from our perspective, you, the backer, have already paid for the right to print and do whatever the hell you want with the product. I personally believe we're in an era where we can start doing the digital equivalent of picking up one of those old boxed adventure modules, and you cracked it open and you had so much extra stuff that was cool and fun.
Yeah.
We have talked about whether that would be a cool thing to do and would it
Yeah.
be funky to do it.
Can't do it, like we simply can't do it. That's just beyond our abilities.
You guys back us to the hilt and come back 3 years from now when EP has got its own studio house and Flex is trying to convince me to move to the US. Then sure, this is the sort of crazy thing that we would be doing. That's what we're not even going to try. What we're going to do is we're going to produce what we're good at, which is cool adventure, cool product, good quality, and the belief that what we do is good. And yeah, I mean, I am absolutely jazzed to see how this goes.
So yeah, Bear, let's call it a wrap, and we'll just I'll try to edit this one up. I'll get it posted to YouTube. The promo video, I'm gonna get to the YouTube. Take a look at that again.
Yeah, I will do. I'll take a look, but please, people, when it comes out, you need to see the promo video. It's looking very, very cool. I will get Fletch to get me a copy, and I will share it on my socials as well.
Yes,
because I think it is a great piece of video work, and I love it. And all right, sweet.
Thanks, Bear.
Thank you all very much.
Talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody. See you all later.